everybody, it's Christina, and for my third video I decided, since the school year is like right around the corner, or most of you have probably already started school, but I'm in Germany so I haven't started school yet, so I decided I would do a video, advice and tips for incoming freshmen into high school. So yeah, let's get started. Alright everybody, so tip number one, do not be quick to judge others. When you first meet people in high school, you know, they have different grade levels, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, and people can come off very, very rude sometimes. And all I have to say about that is don't dismiss a person because of a bad first impression. Just because they have a bad first impression does not automatically mean they are a bad person. You know, you need to give everybody an equal chance and, you know, just make some new friends. So, tip number 2 of high school, do not seek revenge. It's only high school, you know, it's only 4 years of your life, okay? You have like the rest of your life, like 16 more years left to live. So you just need to let go, let everything go and move on. Because honestly, if you don't let it go and you get into drama with this person, it could end up hurting you more than it hurts the person that you intended for it to hurt. So that goes into tip number 3. Do not get into drama. If the drama doesn't involve you, you don't need to get involved. Tip number 4, have respect for authority. That being said, staff members who work at your school, teachers, you know, they're just there doing their job. Take their advice. It could really help you out in the end. Number 5, join a lot of clubs and activities. Joining clubs and activities is a great way to meet friends. You meet a lot of new people that way in all different grade levels, and it just, you know, spreads your name around there a little so you can start talking to new people. So, that goes into tip number 6. Make the right friends. You don't want to get into a group of people who have a lot of drama, who do bad things, who try to get you to do bad things with them. So you want to make sure that you pick the right friends who will be there to help you and they'll be supportive of you. So, goes into 7. Yeah, I am reading off a paper, I wrote it all down. Tip number 7, remember you're young. When I say you're young, you literally are young. You're immature, you know, physically, emotionally, mentally. You're immature in all kinds of ways. So, you have 4 years in high school. There's plenty of room for growing and improving. So, just remember that. Tip number 8, high school isn't the real world. In high school, you know, you still depend on your parents. I know, okay, some kids may not still depend on their parents, but a lot of kids do. You know, you have your small minimum wage job, you might have just gotten your first car, but for the majority, your parents make you dinner, they provide you with food and money for lunch and things. Once you get out there into the real world, you don't have that. You're out there on yourself. Also, in the real world, you don't get rewards like you would in high school. Like, for example, popularity. In the real world, you may get popularity, but it's not like, you know, oh, I did this crazy thing in high school, everybody knows my name now. It's not like that. Number 9, every time you go to make a big decision, think to yourself, how will this impact me in 5 years? How will this affect me? Negatively or positively? You have to think about that. Tip number 10, understand the difference on a scale. High school is 4 years of your life. The real world, or the rest of your life, 60 years and up. Which one's more important? Like, yeah, high school is very important. It definitely impacts the rest of your life. But when it comes to, like, doing things like drinking and smoking, would you rather have fun and drink and smoke in high school for those 4 years and then the rest of your life be sick? You know, you got to think about that stuff. Number 11, don't procrastinate. Now, my freshman and sophomore year, I did a lot of procrastinating. The sooner you get your assignment or project or whatever you have to do done, the more time you have for yourself to hang out with your friends, to do things you want to do. So make sure when you get that assignment, you start working on it right away to get it done. Tip number 12, study, 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 study. I cannot express the importance of studying. Everybody knows that they need to study. Did I study my freshman and sophomore year? No, I'm not gonna lie. Did I still pass? Yeah, I passed, but it was hard not studying, so make sure you study, study, study. Number 13, stay organized. Staying organized helps keep stress down. You know where everything is, and I'll go into that in a little later of the video. Number 14, keep a planner. Keeping a planner or agenda, whatever you want to call it, it helps you to keep track of your assignments and due dates. Having everything written down helps you to not forget everything because you can always double check and make sure that you did it. Tip number 15, don't give in to peer pressure. It's your life. You can do what you want. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. Now, a lot of kids, when they hear the word peer pressure, they automatically think sex. Of course, peer pressure is not, you're not just peer pressure into having sex. There's drugs, smoking, drinking, stealing things. So don't fall into it if you don't want to. And my last tip is be yourself. When you go into high school is about figuring out who you are as a person. So, show people who you really, really are, and don't be fake. If you show people who they are, you'll make a lot of friends easier than a fake person. You won't have as much drama around you. If people don't like you the way you are, too bad. That's not your problem. Just, move on and find some new friends. So, those are my tips for freshmen, and I will go into organizing in just a little bit. So, talk to you in a couple of minutes. Hey everybody, so this is the organizing part of my video. I have all of my stuff that I'm going to show you guys, which will help you out a lot as incoming freshmen. So, I know this happens to a lot of freshmen because it happened to me. When I started high school, I thought, oh my gosh, so much more work, which it is, it's a lot of work. But I just automatically thought, oh my god, I need all of this stuff, and I need all of this stuff. And from the past 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year, I've learned, honestly, you don't need that much. Like in elementary school, you bring in your box of tissues and paper towels and stuff like that. And maybe some schools do require that, but a majority of high schools don't. A lot of high schools also provide like crayons or coloring stuff and scissors. If you want to provide your own, of course you can, but a lot of schools do unless it states otherwise that it doesn't. So, my favorite organizing thing for high school thing, a binder. A lot of high school kids have binders. Some just carry around folders. It all depends on your school. Some schools require you to have a binder. Some schools don't. My school does not require me to have a binder, but let me just tell you, binders are a lifesaver. You open it, it's all in one area. You have all of your little dividers here for the different classes. It's definitely a lifesaver. You know where everything is. You just flip right there, grab your homework, do whatever. It's such a lifesaver. So incoming freshmen, I advise you to get at least one binder. Doesn't matter what size as long as you get one. Helps big in keeping organized. Another thing I advise you get is a notebook. Doesn't matter what type unless otherwise specified by your teachers or list. But I usually get one subject, college rule, and this year I just got one of the thin ones because I also use loose leaf paper for like homework assignments and everything. So just make sure you get a notebook and so you can take notes, and I personally like the ones where you can tear it out on the side, and it's just a lot easier for notes. You don't have papers like flying out everywhere and things like that. If you need a journal for one of your classes, for example, a lab journal for like science or a writing journal for journalism or something, I suggest you get a composition notebook. you know, nowadays they have a lot. It's not just black and white, and it has a lot of paper in it, and it just helps keep all your thoughts and everything, all your labs or whatever, in one area so they can't come out. So that's definitely a big help. And then I like to have a little pencil case or things like that. I just keep my pencils, my pens, my highlighters, and my eraser in here. Keeps it all in one area. I can just stick it in my bag and grab it when I need it. And last but not least, one of the things that I definitely suggest that you get for high school. I know some schools may provide agendas or planners. A lot of schools do. But they're usually kind of small, like that big. I'm not actually sure if we have one. I know we had one, but that I could compare to. But this one is from my 8th grade year. I couldn't find my sophomore one. But it's just a planner, and I have all of my assignments written down for my classes, and it just helps you to not forget. And another thing that I would do is I would highlight the assignments that I completed, so I would know that I completed them. So if you have an agenda and you highlight your assignments as you finish them, it'll save you a lot in the end, so you won't have to keep going back and forth to like see what assignments you finished, and you have to look through your binder to find them. Definitely a big help. So that is basically my tips for organizing. I hope you found that helpful, and I can't stress enough how much you should really get a binder. It helps you out so much. So yeah, I hope you found that helpful. I found my planner from last year, and I just wanted to do a quick comparison of the two. So this was my 8th grade planner. This one was given to me by the school as well, but you can buy them as well. And this was my planner from last year, and here's the size difference. So I advise going to buy one. It's a lot bigger, you have a lot more space. Moving on to the subject of lockers. A lot of kids in high school get lockers. I have gotten a locker every single year that I've been in high school. I had a top locker my freshman year, and then a bottom locker sophomore year. So if your school happens to do lockers, decorate it if you're going to use it, of course. Hang pictures of you and your friends up, you and your boyfriend or girlfriend. Put a little mirror in there so you can check yourself in between classes. I actually got this little dry erase memo board, and it just sticks to your locker, and you can write down notes so you won't forget anything during the day. So, make your locker look cute, decorate it, have fun with it. Lockers are definitely a big help when it comes to carrying around school books. I have gotten a book for every single of my classes since I've been in high school, and each of my teachers required me to bring them to their class during the day. So what I would do is I would stick when they issued our books, I'd stick them in my locker, and then if I had homework for that class and I happened to need a book, I would grab the book and I would bring it home, and then the next morning I would just bring the book back and put it back in my locker until I needed it for that class. So you don't have to carry your books around all day, and it's just a lot lighter for you. So if you do happen to get a locker, I advise that you really use it. It's such a lifesaver in the end. You don't end up with back pain or shoulder pain. Being in school, they give you all those books, don't even realize they break our backs. So if you get a locker, I advise that you use it. Seriously advise it. So guys, that was my video about tips for going into high school. High School 101, woo! So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you found a lot of it helpful. And good luck to everyone, not only going into high school, but going into any grade level. Good luck, and I hope you guys have an amazing year. Thank you all for watching. Bye!